Alright guys, so how's it going today? So, here's our freaking Category 5 hurricane right now. This is pretty much the beginning of the snowstorm. So, we put a bale in the barnyard. We moved the cows closer to the barn, so if it gets too nasty, at least they got somewhere to go. Ooh, this tractor's just rocking. This freaking wind's terrible. So yeah, this is technically part 5, but part 4 I'm going to delete and make this part 4 because we don't need a part 5. And yeah, so I gotta fix my seat here and get my fat ass to sit on it better. But today and yesterday I finished this. I made this one yesterday. Made this one today. This one ended up being kind of a challenge. This one was fighting me. The welds weren't turning out very well, and I think because I was just getting tired of doing this. And yeah. So that's what's going on. I pretty much did that. This wind is just rocking this freaking tractor. Jesus. And that's what my tarp looks like. She's done. I'm gonna have to get a new one. I really should put the spark plugs back in it so the snow can't get in the engine block, but I don't think it'll come off anymore. Well, it'll split more, I guess. After this freaking snowstorm, it probably will come completely apart. I guess if it does, I'll have to put the spark plugs back in it then, but they should be sitting there on the footrests, so. But yeah, so that's what I did yesterday and today. Like I said, this was supposed to be, I did this one yesterday, and I didn't even know if I was going to do this one today because the weather was supposed to turn to shit. And well, fuck, when I started, it was fine. Like, there was maybe a couple miles an hour wind gusts, here and there, and it wasn't bad. And then, now it's like a damn hurricane. So, but yeah, so this one didn't turn out it's good enough. I think I can deal with it, but like I said, it was more of a fight this time. I messed up on the welds here for this thing, and this thing's cracked. So no matter what I do, it's not really on there. There's a little bit of play in it. So I think I'm just going to replace these damn things at some point. Maybe just mostly that one, and then see if that fixes my problem. But I messed up on the welds, and then I couldn't get it on. But what ended up happening is that the weld on that one side was like a ball, instead of being like smooth and going the length that I wanted. It ended up being in a ball, which made it too thick. So I had to go back to the shop, grind it down. Ugh. It's on there good enough that it's not going to come off when you do use it, but there's slight movement in it. It's the third valve, so we're not going to really use it all that much. But other than that, I like it. I noticed that there is kind of a height difference in this. I think this one is slightly lower than I think this one, and this one's the tallest one, I think. So they're not 100% perfect. I think the only way you would ever get it 100% perfect is you would have to cut it out on some kind of a laser table, But we don't need a laser table kind of thing to cut these out of scrap metal. Just, just do what I did here. And I got new gloves, and I'm leaving freaking little bits of crap everywhere because they're new and I'm breaking them in. See, look at that. Crazy. But the other ones got caught in the drill bit, and I ripped them, so I had to throw them away, so I had to get out a new pair. So, but, yeah. That's pretty good. It's good enough. The strength, there's plenty of strength in them. And, let's see, I think it was this remote I had to bend back towards me some more because it was too close to this one. And this one was already kind of bent out, so I didn't want to move it too much more because I liked it where it was. So I had to kind of bend them out a little bit. So, but yeah, so there we go. So this project, I'm going to say is, well, 95% done. Because all I got left now to do is just prime and paint these stupid things, and then we're done. But that's going to be a springtime, summertime project, you know. But at least, you know, they are functional, so I guess if we need to use the valves for something, at least they're easy to use. And then must have been in part 2, I think it was, or was it part 3? I don't remember which part it was. But AJ popped up on my channel there. He disappeared for a while. I don't know what happened to him, but he came back. So thought maybe he was busy. He's probably busy getting ready for probably doing repairs, I guess, to his equipment, but getting ready for springtime tillage and seeding, I guess. So, but he was saying, because I was talking about the loaders, and he said to, let's see, put the other valve in, the other set of valves for the loader, and then he said to run that valve off of one of these valves, which probably would be the third one. I guess just that way, I guess just a little bit simpler, faster, I suppose, and a little bit easier, I guess, for taking off the loader. Well, the way the young guy does it, and I think I explained that to him, well, the young guy recommends not to do that. He recommends to plug it directly into the pump, so the hydraulic pump, and then, you know, so then it, I guess, you know, feeds continuously to the valves. But my plans were, if I can do it, well, AJ recommended to do that because if you blew a hose, it'd be easier to fix that. But my theory is if you just ran a hose from the pump to the loader valve, you could just put quick disconnects on the hoses, and then when you're not using the loader, you could probably just pop those hoses off, you know, just disconnect them so they're not, they technically shouldn't pump hydraulic oil to the valve. I mean, they'll try to push oil through the hoses, but it's not going to go anywhere. So, but that's, you know, what he was kind of recommending, was to just tee it into one of these valves, and that's what the young guy did with his 1086. This was obviously, he did this years ago, but he says it's not ideal. He says you're better off going directly to the pump, I guess, for maximum flow. And 99% of the time, this tractor is going to be used for loader work. When we do get a loader put on it, yes, it's going to have a snowblower on the back, but I'm not going to be using the snowblower every time that we're moving this tractor. So, not getting, you know, the maximum flow to these valves, it really wouldn't matter. You know, as long as you get a decent amount of flow, that everything still rotates at a decent speed and is not slower than Granny's car. You know, as long as there's still some decent speed there, but there should be. But I mean, yeah, these would never become priority then, you know, in the wintertime, because the loader would become priority. And if we had to move snow with the loader, we could do that too, and that's what I plan on doing as well. We'll move some snow with the loader too. But for the big drifts and stuff, I would like to have a blower on to take care of that problem. But but yeah, I don't, like he said too, he doesn't know of any tractors that of this style that has the Power Beyond thing. And I honestly don't think these I don't think that was an option with these tractors. I don't think that was nothing. That I don't think International ever had such a thing. Nowadays, yeah, that's like basically a priority item to have. But back in those days, I don't think that was priority. It was maybe, I don't know if you could add that yourself, some aftermarket kind or something. I don't know. I've never. I should talk to the young guy. He would know way more about these because he actually worked for an International Harvester dealership back in his younger days. That's why he knows so much about these tractors. So he's the guy to go to if you need to know anything about these tractors. And then Reesty 6 pointed out how to. He doesn't really know how it is on these tractors, but for his tractors, he says, like that right there, I guess is detent, I guess that's what they call it. And see, my valve was locked open, so I'd get continuous flow. But he apparently, I don't know if that's true with these tractors or not, but he said that on his, he can just turn the pressure all the way up for maximum pressure, and that somehow disables that. You know, so then it can't lock open. Don't know if that's the thing for these tractors. It probably can be. I don't know where the flow adjustments would be on these tractors because some tractors, I think it's a lot of the newer 86 series, like the last years that they were making them, and then I think it was the 88 series, and then some of the 2+2s. They had, depending on how many valves you had little remotes down at the bottom, way down here, right there, in the plate, and then I believe that was to control your flow rate. But obviously this tractor doesn't have that, so I'm just guessing that these are just about maxed out. I don't know, but maybe there's another way of adjusting them under the cab or something. I don't really know, but I'm probably just going to leave them the way they are. Like I said, I'm not going to change them. Because I want at least these two to be locked open when I'm using them. So, well, I probably could actually disable these two. Because this would be for the tailgate on the baler and then the cutter, you know, up and down on that. And that's where I would want it to be locked open. But if I was to use a loader and then, let's say, it's most likely going to go on the third remote because we're not going to be using that remote much. That's probably the one I would have disabled. But these other two, I'm not really sure yet. Well, this one's definitely not going to get, you know, messed with. But this one maybe. This one probably definitely would be if I was going to run a loader on that. But I don't know. The young guys had no problems with his 1086. You know. Well, again, he's got his hooked up different. You know, his is not going directly to the pump. It's going through the valve first. You know, they're one of these valves, but he said to do it that way, so I'm guessing it's okay. It's just that, yeah, you would get basically whatever you tee into the pump is pretty much what's going to be priority over everything else. So yeah, the loader, if you did it that way, the loader would become priority. Then it would get 99% of the flow probably. While these, you know, probably slow down a little bit, but you should still. Maybe, I don't know, you should still get more flow in these valves when you're not using the loader. If you're using the loader, I could see that changing because, yeah, you're pumping oil and you're losing oil, you know. So, but other than that, I don't know. I still haven't really decided on what a loader I'm going to get yet. So, if I do get one. If I end up going with a brand new loader, which is going to be really expensive, it's probably going to be a Quaker. I think it was a 510. I think that's what fits on these tractors. They're a decent, good looking tractor. decently good looking loaders. They're about as close as International's loaders ever were. Except Quaker doesn't make a high lift version. They only make just a standard loader, whereas International had two options of loaders for these tractors. You had just a standard loader, and then you had the high lift version. The young guys got the high lift version, and that's what I would like to get too, but they're hard to find. I mean, they're out there, but they're hard to find, like on Tractor House and stuff, you know, and that's just kind of where I'm looking, because I can look at pictures and kind of ponder over it and stuff. But that damn wind. But yeah, if I end up going with a Quaker loader, it'll be a brand new loader, and I think they run about 10 grand, and that's probably not even including a bucket with a grapple. The only reason why I probably would definitely go with a new loader is because, one, you can get more attachments for them than you could the older loaders. International, I don't think they made a lot of attachments for their loaders, and if they did, well, they're freaking hard to find now. So, because what I would like is a bucket grapple, you know, a bucket with a grapple, bale spears for faster bale moving from when we're just stacking them in the yard. The bucket grapple will be for in the wintertime when I'm feeding and moving snow. Kind of thinking maybe some pallet forks. I don't really know. Don't really think I really have a use for that, but I might. And then I guess if I wanted to get another thing, it probably would be a snow bucket. I think they make snow buckets, but mainly just right out of the gate, it would be a loader with a bucket grapple and then a bale spear. And then if I decide I want the pallet forks or something later on, then I'll get them. But at least, you know, then that loader will, you know, it's newer, so you're going to be able to find parts for it, and you know, you're going to be able to find attachments, no problem. So you can just call up Quaker and be good, and you know, be good. So, but yeah. So again, with the valves, everything's at a comfortable reach. Now, if I wanted to run a loader off these, which is, you know, probably what's going to end up probably happening, because I don't know, those valves are, I still don't even know what kind to get. I know AJ said to get, was it AJ? Had to have been AJ. I think it was him that said to get the 25 gallon per minute valves. Okay, I looked at that. So I picked up the one that I want, but the problem is they have two different, I guess, like ports in them. One's an NPT, and then the other one is an SAE plug. And I don't know what the difference really is between the two. I don't know if it really matters, or if it's just, you know, one's more famous than the other. I don't know. I don't know what's really normal or standard, because I ain't never really messed with that stuff before. So, but yeah, so one is an SAE, has SAE ports, and then the other one is an NPT, I think it was, ports. So if anybody knows the difference between them two and which one I should pick, let me know. And then I'm still having a hard time, should I get one that has float? Because that's another option, is you can get one without the float, and then you can get one with the float. And the float would be nice to have for when you're back dragging dirt, which I got a feeling we're going to be digging some dirt too, because we've done it with the 400 a few times. And that's another thing too. I probably end up having to get even a smaller bucket and put ripping teeth on it just to dig dirt, but I might just try to find a used one or something, because I don't need a new one. But yeah, so I guess anybody knows what kind of valves I should get, SAE or NPT, I think it was. I don't even remember what I said, but there's two different kinds, and then you got the one with the float and without the float, you know, and with or without the float function. And with the float option, that was $350. And then if you wanted just a regular one, well, that was like $320. But I don't know. I kind of want the float, but I mean, if I don't use the float, I don't use the float. But at least it's there, so if I do need it, it's there. You know. But if I don't get another set of valves put in right away. Then I'll just probably plug into these, and then just use these, you know, for a year or two. I mean, it's not going to be a problem to use these valves because they're comfortable. They're at a comfortable angle now, so it wouldn't be any problems if I had to use these. I know one of these leaks severely out the back, so, and I believe that's still International Harvester ends or plugs on the back. I really should have them fixed, but I don't know if I should go back to International ends again or go upgrade them to Pioneer. What do you think I should do? Keep the International ends? You can still find the plugs that go in the back, you know, or should I upgrade to Pioneer ends and get the ones in the back upgraded to Pioneer? I think Pioneer is just newer, and in International, obviously this is their thing. But I think Pioneer is pretty much just so you can plug into anything. But the young guy kind of has all that, because, you know, some of the stuff's Pioneer and some of the stuff's International, and fuck, I think even some of the things are probably John Deere for all the hell I know. So, because I think John Deere have their own style too. But I don't know what I should stick with. Stick with International ends, like just have them rebuild these ones. They just need to be repacked, I think, again, rebuilt, and they'll be fine. But should I keep them International, or should I upgrade to Pioneer? I'll let you guys choose that one for me. Either way, I don't care. I know it's the problem is it's going to be expensive to fix that one that's leaking, but it's going to have to be fixed at some point. Because technically, I only have. Well, I got a few months left anyway. Well, I got until fall to decide on what to do, because fall is when I'll be able to pay off my debt and get rid of some stuff and making an investment again. Well, I know at my place I got to put a new roof on my house. That's priority. I got to take care of that. And then the septic tank, I don't know, because that's gonna rob me. I don't know, but yeah. But yeah, I definitely want to get a loader put on this thing, even though I kind of said I didn't want to put a loader on this thing because the frame is perfect on these things, and I just hate to wreck them. But you know, the young guy says I'll probably never wreck them because we're not going to use our loaders that hard. Apparently he uses his loader pretty hard. Well, yeah, he would, because he's got a lot of cattle, and he used to run that loader daily. I don't think he's using it right now because the rails are shot, and he's got new ones, but he hasn't put them on yet. So I think he's just using the skid steer. He was using the John Deere, but he says the John Deere sucks for winter feeding. He was using the 1566, but he said that thing doesn't have heat in the cab. That was last winter. I imagine he fixed it now, but... And I think he said too the hydraulics were slow on it. I don't know why they're slow for, but they are. I don't know, maybe the pumps just need to be the valves or the pump or something needs to be rebuilt, but it is what it is. But yeah, so if I put a loader on this thing, it's going to be a Quaker 510, I believe that's what they were. Ooh, that was a good one right there. Oh, I felt that sucker. That wind's getting nuts. It's going to either be a brand new, unless I can find a really good used one, but I doubt it. It's going to be a Quaker 510 loader, I believe, or if I can find an International Harvester high lift, and that would be a 2450 loader, I think. It's the high lift. International only had 2 loaders for these 86 series tractors, but they'll fit on the 88 series as well, but they only had 2 loader sizes for these tractors. But if I had to, I can run them on these valves. It wouldn't be a problem. And then, you know, so. And again, I'd have it plumbed. So loader, main loader goes up, goes down. I'm thinking this one might be for the grapple. And then this one would be for the bucket. You think you'd want the bucket here, and then the loader, and then the grapple here. I don't know, that actually might be better. I don't see loader. Pretend I'm operating a loader, boys. Okay, going up, going down. Tilting the bucket down. Tilt it up. That's for the grapple. And then, let's do it again. So loader. They were going up and down, and then adjust the bucket. Okay, I got it. Close the grapple. I don't know, either way, honestly, either way it feels alright. So either way I'm happy with it, but I suppose most people would have it loader, bucket, and then grapple. The way I wanted to hook it was loader, grapple, and then bucket. So, but I think either way you can kind of do whatever you want. But this remote's got a lot of play in it. But yeah, so that's pretty much it on that. We're good to go here. And then come spring, I'll paint these stupid things. Be done with it. Prime and paint them. But I think actually what should have happened is this one should have came back. Should have been bent back more, because this is actually a little bit further away to reach. But whatever, it doesn't really fucking matter. They're still comfortable to grab no matter what. It's better than what they were being way the hell down there. So, but anyways, guys, I guess I'm going to take off. I'm going to head home. Just, I guess, yeah, leave your opinions to everything down below. Tell me what you think of the finished product. I know one guy left a comment on my video. I think it was part 3. He left a comment, but I can't find it. I got it in the notification box, but I can't reply back to it. I can't find it in the video, and I can't find it in the spam box, so YouTube hid it. So it's the other guy. I forget your damn channel name, but he's got a 1586 as well, and right now his is in the shop. He's got the transmission, I guess, tore apart. I think it was the transmission. The last video he uploaded was on the transmission, so, but yeah. And then AJ, I think, said something about his 1086 is going to be retired. Well, that's horseshit. You can't retire these things. It's damn near impossible. I don't know who the hell's feeding you that bullshit, but, you know. He didn't tell me what was wrong with it. I asked, but I guess he didn't get that comment, so I guess, yeah. You'll have to tell me, I guess, but I think that looks alright. So, yeah, I guess you'll have to tell me, I guess, what was wrong with it. He didn't explain nothing, but whatever. So, but anyways, guys, I guess I'm going to take off. I just wanted to show you guys that we're done. We're 95% done. So, leave your thoughts. Tell me if you guys would have done something different. I guess let me know. Tell me about the valves, I guess, there. And then, yeah. But won't know yet on what to do until the loader's here and I got the valves installed. That'll be kind of, I guess, well, it's going to be most likely me and the young guy that do that, because he's more mechanically inclined and he's closer to home, so he can help me there. AJ's idea is not half bad, but I would do it, I guess, in a pinch if I had to. But I don't know, either way they work, to be honest with you. Either way they work. But I'm just going to kind of, I guess, just when the time comes, I'll choose between the two, and which one I choose is what's going to be it, and that's what's going to be on this tractor for life. So, but, yeah. But that feels pretty good. Looks pretty good. And you guys can let me know what you think. So, anyways, guys, I guess I'm going to take off. So I guess have a good day and stuff. So yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. Take her easy.